If you died today, would the world stop turning? No. Then why are you acting like it will? You live in a neighborhood, and each time you walk into the street, you hear shouting and screaming coming from a particular house. In that house, there lives a woman with her partner. The partner is a big guy, often in trouble with the police, is associated to bike gangs. You're a simple guy who goes to work, you're a teacher. You get home and you hear that. Now you know somebody's getting hurt. And you know that if you don't do anything, one day you could find that this woman ends up dead. So you need some action. What do you do? Are you going to march in there like your favorite action hero? Or do you go in there and have a chat to the guy? Excuse me, about your domestic violence tendencies, could we possibly discuss this? So here, reporting is the best way you can help the situation. Help? Did I say help? As we're growing up, we get exposed to the idea of heroism. Basically, you watch movies, you read comic books, you hear stories. There's something about these people we call heroes that really stands out. They save the day. They make everyone else feel good. And then you start thinking to yourself, hey, if I was like that, people would like me. People would talk about me. I'd become important. When I was at school, I was a small kid and quite weak physically. And I used to always imagine, I'd be daydreaming at night or even early morning. I'd daydream that the school is on fire and I managed to save everybody, including the teacher I had a crush on and this other girl that I also liked. And I'd make it through to the end. And it was a good, it gave me this little story in my mind. This is before, the internet and all those things where you kept yourself entertained just through ideas and imaginations. And look, there's nothing wrong in the idea of a hero. The problem is practically it's run different. And sometimes the idea of heroism feeds from the wrong things. If you're feeling inferior and insignificant, sometimes it can come out in an exaggerated way where you want to force yourself into being identified as the hero. You might all feel like you need to be in control of everything. Otherwise, if you're not there for it, it's going to end up in a disaster. And the truth is, there's no one who can save everyone. Some things can be fixed momentarily, and sometimes it's not you who can fix it. Sometimes we need someone else to fix it. And another person. Sometimes it's not a one-man show. Sometimes it's a whole collaboration, a whole team, a whole nation, a whole world approach. We need to distinguish between two things: helping versus saving. Firstly, helping is about empowering the other. It's about, hey, this person needs, I'm looking at what they're doing and maybe they need some guidance. I'm an expert in this field. They could need my guidance, or I might have a resource that would help them out, or support. And this is helping because what I'm actually doing is giving them power. It's making them become independent so that they can run their lives. Saving, it's about me. I will take full responsibility of what you're doing, and I'll even make your decisions for you. You're basically disempowered. You don't have a say in this anymore. And it becomes about me, not about you. Do people need saving? Controversial issue because sometimes we can run into a moral dilemma here. You see someone struggling and you think, hey, if I had the means, I'd get them out. But that word, get them out, how do you know that? How do you know if somebody has, for example, they've fallen into debt, let's just say due to bad financial decisions, we'll just say including gambling. and you come and say, oh, this person, 30K, they'll be fine. So you take out 30K and you say, you know what, you got the means, you're cool. Hey, he's 30K. Fix yourself up. Now, you got them out of that one. But if it's a problem or a habit that's in their mind, they've learned nothing. And you cannot guarantee that they're not going to do this again. And what do you do then? Save them again? And then again? They're not learning. There's a reason we need to, struggle. Struggle is a necessity. You think about it. You go to the gym and you want to grow your muscles. Your muscles aren't going to come out strong if you don't go through struggle. You're going to need to lift. You're going to need to, push that set. And that struggle ends up being the reason you grow. If you grab someone and get them out of the trouble all the time, and especially if it's in their mind, then they don't do any growth. This person, you've saved them from a situation, but hey, what if you're not around anymore? They're going to go right back in. That dependency you've just created by saving. Save yourself first. It's quite easy to look at people and judge and say, hey, this person needs saving, that person needs saving, and all they're missing in their lives. If I was there to make decisions for them, you know what? Their life would be a lot better. Hold on. Be aware and come back to you. Do you need saving? Well, start saving yourself. How do you do that? First, learn about your energy. And here, I'm not talking about some abstract concept, just your energy. Like, when do you function best? Your literally physical energy. When do you function best? How do you function best? Once you can know these things and you give yourself that self-care, the rest you need, the education that you're lacking, once you give yourself those, you'll be a better helper because you're saving yourself. Are you the lone hero? When we're watching movies, the lone hero idea looks good. In reality, collaboration goes a lot further than that. Look, it doesn't matter how good you are, who you are, what your genius mind can come up with. You could not have developed the technology that we have today. The phones, the networks, the computer systems, all of those things, we could not have developed it if it was reliant on one person. It required a collaboration of different minds. Run your life similarly, Hey, I can do this part I can handle. But that part, hey, that's on you. That's on him. That's on her, whoever. There are parts we can do, and this is not a can't do mentality or a can do mentality. It's none of those two. It's just knowing your limitation, knowing that, hey, this is what I can do. I can do some of this, but I can't do all of it. Knowing where you're at makes a big, big difference. If you try to do too much, you're going to burn out. You're going to actually, those people that you're trying to save, you're going to resent them all. So remember, try to help others. Don't try to save them.